Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of Weird Law Bullshit Corner. Get out of your doorways and get between the intersection of your two walls because it's time to podcast. As always, we're talking about the Spider-Man comics. More importantly, the really, really weird comics slash villains slash storylines that you kind of come across when you have like 50 years of content. I'm Henry. I am one of your hosts this evening, and alongside me as always is our resident comic book guy, Jack.
Yeah, we ended 2020 with the Big Weele episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series. And now we're starting 2021. Our first episode of 2021 is about Big Weele again.
It's the year of the Big Wheel.
Yeah.
We've got two big wheels now with a big bicycle.
And much like 2020 ended, we were like, yeah, fuck 2020. And then 2021 is still the same thing. You know, I thought it was fitting that we continue as we left off.
With Big Wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Wheel doesn't just go away. Just because you don't believe in Big Wheel doesn't mean he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. I guess the 0 in 2021 is the Big Wheel.
Yeah.
And going from 2020, there's still a Big Wheel.
There was two Big Wheels before, but now there's only one Big Wheel. Does that mean that for the next, 80 plus years, we're going to have Big Wheel?
I feel like we're getting off on this weird note, but we spoke about Big Wheel last episode.
Yeah. And you might be listening to a week ago, in which case, perfect.
That episode was the Rocket Racer episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series, which had Big Wheel as a villain. And so we spoke a little bit. We spoke a lot about Big Wheel.
Some will say too much.
Yeah, maybe too much. But when we got to our comment section, we talked about Rocket Racer because I was like, Big Wheel needs his own weird law bullshit episode. But we need to reset in a way because...
You need to reinvent the Big Wheel.
Well, because while I would recommend people go back and listen to our last episode, obviously, where we talk in depth about Big Wheel, who is quite similar in the show as he is in the comics.
Because I don't know how much you can differentiate the guy on a big fucking wheel.
Seeing as that was the case, I guess Big Wheel is a guy in a big wheel. For those who don't know,
that's what they call him, Big Wheel.
Yeah, and normally with Weird Law Bullshit as well, I tend to try and surprise Henry with whatever I'm coming up with, and most of the time I'm bringing up something that he's never heard of before. But you know about Big Wheel before we even covered it in the podcast last time. In fact, it was something I think we talked about before we even did this podcast.
Yeah, I would say that I knew Big Wheel before he was cool, but I could say that literally at any point until the end of time.
As usual, I'll be putting all the comment panels and stuff on our blog, which will be in the link below.
Check the blog. After the episode, check the blog. But check the blog.
Well, you can check it while you do it, I guess. If you read along.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anyone listens to a podcast where they're just staring at their phone the whole time, though. I know that you know what Big Wheel looks like in general. And if anyone wants to see what his comic counterpart looks like...
Just imagine a hamster wheel, but then instead of a hamster, it's a person. A very sad person.
Yeah. A hamster wheel with more autonomy, I guess.
But somehow less freedom.
Less freedom from its own bullshit.
Yeah, it's free, but at what cost?
Just to show you, and listeners at home can look at the blog, this is generally what it looks like in the comics.
Oh, God.
So it's kind of similar.
In ways, it's worse.
Yeah, it's got the main difference. I mean, it's big, it's yellow, and it's got, the cannons on it in the same way, but also the guy inside it is dressed similarly with the goggles and the green sort of costume, but it's not exactly like an iconic costume or anything. I don't think anyone remembers it.
It might as well be a banana costume.
This Big Wheel also has giant clamp arms.
Yeah.
They look like the clamp arms of Clamps in Futurama. But I don't think the one in the show had arms, did it?
Because they're super impractical for a road vehicle.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't talk about any kind of practicality when we're talking about Big Wheel, because what's the practicality of a giant wheel anyway?
But what would you make that less practical?
I don't know if it's less practical. I mean, it would be good to be able to pick stuff up. And
get out your big wheel then. Just don't be in the big wheel.
I don't think he's picking up a quarter off the street. The thing in the Fantastic Four story movie where he's trying to pick up the wedding ring and he can't because he's the Thing.
Because he's horribly monstrously wrong.
But I don't know. It's a big thing. You're fighting someone. You clamp Spider-Man and then clamp him to a wall.
I don't think you didn't even sound convinced yourself for what you were saying. You were
well, I don't want to put this much effort into defending the design of Big Wheel. while you're here, put some robot arms on it. Fuck it.
Fuck it, yeah.
Like, give it legs.
Honestly, like, legs would be more useful than arms.
Yeah. I feel like legs will get in the way more if you're rolling.
If he's got, like, retractable legs or, like, legs that come out to the side and, like...
Legs that come out to the side are the same with arms.
But, like, what I mean is that,
What
like...
if you had legs that came out of your shoulders and had hands on the end?
No, but, like, what I'm saying is, like, if he's, like, in traffic, he can just get on his legs and, like, walk around the traffic and then go back down. Like
No, but he just drives over traffic.
Like a half Transformer.
He
Like
just...
the bottom half of Optimus Prime.
like the wrong trousers.
Yeah.
Anyway, actually going into the comics that we're meant to be, because instead we're just talking about the concept of Big Wheel again, which we already did for like an hour last episode.
We just started like a religion. We're just like...
Praise the Big Wheel.
Praise the Big Wheel.
Big Wheel first appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 182 from 1978, written by Marv Wolfman and with art by Ross Andrew, who are both great creators in Spider-Man comics and should not be judged by the creation of Big Wheel.
I guess everyone has to start somewhere. Yeah, and, even the best filmmakers had their duds, you know?
And yeah, I guess this is like the Jack of like Francis Ford Coppola's career. Like you give him one.
Oh, God.
Last episode we spoke about Rocky Racer, and I skipped over his second appearance because it's the Big Wheel story. So, as previously mentioned, Rocky Racer is a guy with a rocket-powered skateboard who starts off as a criminal and ends up becoming like kind of an anti-hero.
Sure.
But in this appearance, he being chased by Spider-Man, and he escapes him and delivers the briefcase that he's stolen to a guy called Mr. Weele. Spelled, I believe, Weele.
Oh, that's somehow worse.
It gets better. His first name is Jackson.
Jackson Weele.
His name is Jackson Weele, which is it sounds very southern
Oh,
gentleman.
Yeah. Well, me here and Jackson Weele in the wheel for state here.
And much like that stereotype, he's doing financial crimes. And
I'm nothing but an offensive country wheel, but...
basically, Jackson is employed Rocket Racer to steal these embezzlement evidence against him.
Is he gonna start his own like fried chicken empire or something?
Well, basically, he offered to pay $10,000 to Rocket Racer to steal this evidence that was going to indict him on embezzlement charges.
Yeah. In the briefcases, those 11 herbs and spices up and going so far for war. I'm gonna stop now.
Yeah, please. But he gives him the briefcase, but then when he looks through it, he realizes that he's got part of the evidence there, but the most damaging documents aren't included. And it turns out Rocket Racer is now blackmailing him. So he's asking now for a further $10,000 to get those most damaging documents, because he's like, oh, I realize I have some leverage on Big Wheel now. I mean, Jackson Wheel.
Jackson Wheel. Well, I say, is this some kind of shakedown, boy?
I think it's worth mentioning that Jackson Wheel is way more like weedy than that.
Okay.
There's no bombast to Jackson
Okay.
Wheel. He's kind of like a schlubby guy.
Okay.
Although very like egotistical, I think, as you know, you would be if you were the Big Wheel. I did. Oh my god! Sorry, I almost read this out loud because it's in my notes, and I made these notes like quite a while ago. Mm-hmm. But I wrote down the phrase, "You can only push a white man so far before he becomes a big wheel."
That's what Joker should have been. Fucking Todd Phillips' Big Wheel.
Back to the actual story. Wheel goes down to the docks, lamenting the fact that that for whatever reason he kept records of his own crimes. So, like, genuinely...
How can this backfire?
Genuinely, like...
Oh, come on, man.
He genuinely says that because he's upset because it's he created the evidence against himself. Yeah. Someone else got it and now he's being blackmailed for that evidence, and he's like, oh wow, I fucked up.
Everything comes back like a big wheel.
And then he says, the best thing about Jackson Wheel is that he's exactly what you would joke that he is, you know? Because he then says, well, Margaret will leave me now.
Oh, fuck's sake. Really?
This is a quote. Well, Margaret will leave me now, and I'll spend 15 years rotting in some forsaken prison somewhere. Blast. My life is over. Why don't I just make it official? Yes, this is the only way to do it. At least I'll go with dignity.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
You'd have more dignity to just go to jail, honestly.
Yeah, this is not about Big Weele yet.
Oh
this
my
dude is
God.
on the docks.
Is this like the part before the fall?
This is It's a Wonderful Life. This dude is about to commit suicide.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Jesus.
That's the move, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he says that's
Yeah.
the way to go with dignity.
Time to go over to the big wheel in the sky.
Rocket Racer then turns up, and this is maybe the most humiliating scene I've ever read in a comic. Rocket Racer turns up, and he says he stops him from killing himself by drowning in, like, I guess, like, the Hudson.
Yeah, okay.
And he says, this is a quote, "Hey, Turkey, you ain't going nowhere." Imagine that's the phrase that stops you from killing yourself.
That's got like fucking Bane in the Dark Knight Rises vibes to it. When the wheel is in ashes, then you have my permission to die.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying that being... I can't even do a Bane voice, but I thought you were saying like, oh yeah, classic Bane quote, "Hey, Turkey."
Yeah. Hey, Turkey. You won't get to kill yourself just yet. I was wondering what would break first. Your wheel or your body? Yeah, just go on.
Racer pulls him back from the water. Oh, I think he actually jumps, and then he like grabs him and pulls him back over. Says, "You can't die because you still owe me money."
Yeah.
And he
Bitch
says,
better have my money.
and this is like the most incredible quote ever. It's going to be a struggle getting through this. "Hey, look at you, Turkey. You really thought you were some big wheel, didn't you? Always bossing your workers around, right? Well, you ain't nothing, mister. I'm the big wheel now."
Look at me. I'm the big wheel now.
"I'm the big wheel now, Fink. I got the power, and I want your money, dig?" Incredible fucking dialogue.
Oh my God.
But this is where, like,
What if we had like Tom Hanks as big wheel?
not even thinking of Captain Phillips, this is where the name Big Wheel. Big Wheel has not come up at this point.
Oh God.
So you thought you were some big wheel. It was him doing a pun on his name to mock him, you know?
And he like took it on because he's just that low.
He's reclaiming it.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's reclaiming the slur.
So why can some people say big wheel and some people can't, huh? Why can't I say the big wheel? The W word.
And then he boasts about how his skateboard has been souped up by the Tinkerer. You know, he's like, "I'm going to go away and I'll come back in 3 hours and you should have my 10 grand ready." And then Weele is like, you know, at his lowest point. Well, possibly.
Yeah.
He's at his lowest point so far.
Yeah. Yeah, he keeps finding like a new rock bottom.
Yeah, and then he thinks, you know what? Rocket Race is going to Tinkerer. I'm going to go to Tinkerer now. Weirdly enough, while this story is like forgotten, you know, in Spider-Man history in a lot of ways, it's also the issue that ends with Peter asking Mary Jane to marry him.
This is in the background of all this.
Yeah, and it ends on the cliffhanger of what's she gonna say.
Right. Like Big Wheel's like standing on like the edge of like a bridge about to jump off, and everyone's like, "What about Mary Jane though? Forget about this guy."
Spoilers, at the end of the next issue, Mary Jane says no.
Does Big Wheel kill himself?
No, but
Disappointment on both sides.
yeah. Then in The Amazing Spider-Man 183, Weele finds the Tinkerer's lair, is taken down to his lab. He says, "What do you want?" And he says, "I need some device to take down Rocket Racer."
Have you tried like applying for the NYPD?
But he says, basically, "I'll pay cash. I just want to take this guy down. And I only need to use the device once. Just kill this guy." And then Tinkerer says, "Who is this guy you need vengeance on?" And when he describes like Rocket Racer and stuff, he's like, "Oh yeah, I know this guy." And Weele says, "I'm sick of his taunting laugh, of his always chiding me, calling me the big wheel, always pushing me to the wall." Tinkerer then says, "Big wheel, he calls you. How interesting." Then we cut to Spider-Man, who's chasing Rocket Racer again. Spider-Man is like dazed after like he basically gets like, drawing the case, gets slammed into a wall by a car.
Sure.
And he's like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?" And it's at this point that like Big Wheel turns up in the Big Wheel. He's arrived now. He has, you know, manifested the Big Wheel with Big Wheel inside it, I guess.
Fully realized.
Yeah, exactly. And basically they have this freeway fight on the roof, and it basically ends with
At some point in the fight, like Big Wheel had exclaimed that this was the closest he was ever going to get to a three-way.
basically they have this fight. It's pretty short. He charges at Spider-Man. and Spider-Man dodges. And this is on a roof, by the way, this fight, and he launches off the roof and goes into the river. And that's the end.
So to recount, Spider-Man, having been hit by a car, is kind of concussed.
Yeah.
Fights Big Wheel, and Big Wheel charges at him. Spider-Man moves out of the way of the Big Wheel, and then Big Wheel goes into the river.
Yeah.
And that's how the issue ends.
And that's the end of Big Wheel. For now.
Of course, for now. The wheel goes on.
Well, it's actually the end of Big Wheel for 20 years. Actually, more than 20 years. I don't believe he turns up again until 2006 in Spider-Man Unlimited 12. I believe that's the same Spider-Man Unlimited series that had Slide return in the first issue. So I guess...
Oh, God.
I can't remember who was writing it at that time, but I guess they had a soft spot for all these dumb heroes.
Or maybe they were trying to get fired.
And basically, Big Wheel turns up, and Spider-Man is fighting Stiltman, who, for those who don't know, he's a guy who extends like the platforms of his shoes.
I don't mean to get ahead of you, but stay tuned. Stay tuned for Stiltman.
Yeah, and basically Spider-Man's fighting him and trying to take him down, and then Big Wheel turns up and starts fighting Stiltman because...
You took my wife, you bastard!
No, he's basically saying that like I'll help you, Spider-Man. I'll take down this criminal. Team up, a bit like Syndrome at the start of The Incredibles.
Yeah,
like,
we can be a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man's like, no.
Well, Spider-Man's like, no, and he basically fucks everything up so Stiltman gets away because of his involvement.
Because of course he does.
Spider-Man talks to him, and he finds out how he survived because they thought he died with the wheel.
I'm sure he wished he died.
Well, it turns out he reveals that the wheel was watertight, so he survived like drowning. And then he got out of the river, went home, his wife left him.
Yep, that's right.
And then he turned himself in to the police for his crimes. He served his sentence, at which point he joined something called Weele Anon.
Yep.
Which is basically AA for supervillains.
Oh, God.
So a bit like, I guess, Wreck-It Ralph kind of like villain group therapy.
Yeah.
But basically, he reveals that as part of the 12-step program, he was trying to help Spider-Man fight...
To make amends.
Stiltman to make amends. But then he fucks it up so bad that he basically decides that being a hero isn't for him. So then he does what he should have done this entire time.
Which is kill himself.
No. Well, maybe. He basically enters the Big Wheel in demolition derbies.
I can't believe, that was, the seventh thing he thought of?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's a big, weird-looking vehicle to crush shit with. And
it's the only thing it's good for.
Yeah, that's what you'll get a crowd for. So it's kind of a happy ending in a way, because he found his place.
He self-actualized.
Yeah.
He had character growth.
But that's not the end, unfortunately.
That's when I think come out, they wheel me back in.
And this is also, I think people should consider that this is how far I'll go for this goddamn podcast. Because he next turns up in Ghost Rider's Heaven's on Fire, issue 2 from 2009, in which he comes up in a very small capacity. There's a team of villains out to get Ghost Rider, and they're kind of organized, and they a kind of Sinister Six sort of thing, but a bunch of villains that have not even interacted with Ghost Rider before, but are yeah, sure, pay me and I'll turn up. And Big Wheel is one of them. They have this chase on the side of a mountain, and then Ghost Rider knocks them off the mountain or something. And then he gets
Why won't I die?
And then 6 years later, in 2015, he's in Spider-Woman number 6.
I was going to say Mad Max Fury Road.
Basically in that one, and I don't know if it's worth me going into this more.
That's probably the subtitle of this whole entire episode is. I don't know if it's worth me going into this.
In that issue, he's blackmailed into stealing some alpacas.
Again, why would you get Big Wheel for that job?
I mean, what? Do you want to trust him with anything more than that?
I don't think he's capable. I think the alpacas will outsmart him.
He did actually capture the alpacas.
Did did any of them die accidentally?
No. He got them, and it was all well and good. But then Spider-Woman found him, but she wasn't bothering to take him in because she was trying to get the person who was blackmailing him. And she was like, "Really, you're stealing these alpacas?" And then he's like, "Yeah, sorry about that." And then she gives her some information for her to continue her sleuthing. And then she just releases one of the alpacas just to fuck with him. And then, as far as I know,
Let him have this one tiny victory.
and as far as I know, that's the last appearance of Big Wheel.
Some say he's still chasing the alpaca to this day.
I think it's also worth mentioning two other things. Did you ever play the Game Boy Advance game?
Big Wheel in the City. The Wheel Housewives of Beverly Hills.
How many of these have you been preparing?
The Wheel Ghostbusters. Inside football at Wheel Madrid. I don't know.
That was elaborate.
I should have gone for the easier joke of did he go into play for Wheel Madrid and I just fucked it up.
Yeah, you just went really deep in it.
Yeah.
The GBA game Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Has Mysterio's Menace? Or, yeah, I always get confused because the episode of the show is Menace of Mysterio. But then the GBA game is called Mysterio's Menace. I obsessively played that game when I was a kid. Looking back on gameplay videos, it looks kind of terrible now, but I loved it. And Big Wheel is a boss in that game.
Is he the first boss?
No, the game has 7 stages, which have a boss at the end of each one. Mm-hmm. You have Hammerhead, then Big Wheel, then Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, and Mysterio.
Yeah.
So it's really weird, because I understand, like, Hammerhead's always in these games as, like, well, not always, but, and Rhino, obviously. And then the others are, like, Sinister Six people, and then it's just like, oh, Big Wheel is just here.
How upset do you think Hammerhead was to find out that he was before Big Wheel in the hierarchy?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a big wheel. I got like an adamantium head or whatever. I can headbutt his wheel as oblivion, man.
As ridiculous as Big Wheel is, I guess in the scheme of things, having a hard head compared to having a robot anything kind of sucks.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, he's in this. And also I should mention at this point, once you get to play it, I think we'll end up doing a Patreon episode on the Miles Morales PS4 game / PS5 game. As we talked about the original Spider-Man PS4 game on our Patreon. You guys can check that out in the link below. But I will give you one spoiler for that game. And it's that one of the unlockables in it. Because you find these little, in the same way you found backpacks in the PS4 one. In this, you find these time capsule things. And one of them is this model of something that like Miles and his friends like developed as like an idea for moon exploration when they were kids.
Yeah.
And it's a little miniature model, and it's Big Wheel.
That's as much of a mention as he gets.
Yeah, it's a really nice like detail Easter egg in the game, and it's like perfectly like the comic one with the yellow thing and the big clamp hands and the little green dude in the middle, and that is, I guess, the last mention of him. I don't know if he ever turned up in any of the other animated Spider-Man shows.
Christ, I hope not.
Let's have a little look.
Like, we're both cancelled after one season, and I feel like as soon as Big Wheel showed up in the show, they're like, no. Spectacular Spider-Man definitely didn't have Big Wheel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of, like...
The MTV Spider-Man.
No, not even that. Like,
actually, no, that he couldn't afford to be on there.
One of the Marvel Spider-Man, one of the new ones, where they got, like, every episode has, like, 10 different superheroes in it.
Yeah. And
the first one is like, for the first episode, Spider-Man's going to go in space with Nick Fury and Captain Marvel or whatever.
And Big Will's there for some reason.
So he might have turned up there. Okay, no, yeah. Okay, I was fucking... Big Wheel appears in the animated series Marvel Spider-Man episode Critical Update.
I just had a thought about Nick Fury meeting Big Wheel. What? Say Wheel again. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say Wheel one more goddamn time.
He is also in DS version of Spider-Man Edge of Time and Spider-Man Web of Shadows on the PSP and PS2.
Ooh.
And also, there's like this free comic book day Spider-Man comic which features like very quickly like a Big Wheel which is unnamed but could be Jackson Wheel, could not. I
didn't want to pay them royalties. He was the one character ever I was like, actually, it's not right, we make money from this.
Oh, and there was also, I'm just remembering that, there's the villain called Overdrive who can like program and like control like vehicles and shit. He takes control of
the Big Wheel.
The Big Wheel without Jackson Wheel inside. So the Big Wheel without the Big Wheel inside.
I mean, it's all he has left. Hey man, my entire life savings was in there.
Yeah.
That was my toilet, man.
I think this might have been after he got into like,
the alpaca scam.
No, before that, but after the whole like Destruction Derby thing.
Oh, so he actually had money that he could lose.
Yeah,
maybe that's how he got like.
That was how he was making his money.
Yeah,
well, I guess. So
he'd found his calling, and then someone stole his.
It's not like he's gonna just like run into the ring and start like trying to punch cars.
He probably will once he's lost everything.
Yeah, and that's all we got for Big Wheel. But I felt like when I was looking back through my notes on it, I got to the bit where Rocket Racer went on that speech where he was saying, "I'm the big wheel now, think." I was like, this can't just be thrown into our comic book origin section. It has to be a Weird Law. So
I'm glad it was a Weird Law.
now we come to that special time in the podcast where you have to give a letter grade.
Like, as I'm thinking, I didn't have to think about it at all. Like, this is like, when I think about Weird Law,
Yeah.
I think about Big Wheel.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the most pure, like, refined version of Weird Law bullshit.
That's gotta be like over your voice.
Yeah. The toilet flush is actually kind of like fitting in a way.
Yeah, I don't know if that's coming from the mic or not, but
The toilet just flushed.
the toilet just flushed as he was describing.
Big Wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Big Wheel is like... Do you know how it's about Mud Thing and how he was such a hard F that he came back and became an A? But I
Yeah.
decided to stick to a hard F?
Yeah.
This is an A. This is like top level Weird Law bullshit. You know, like...
And I think he gets the assist from Rocket Racer.
Yeah.
Who kind of exists.
To like show up how pointless he is.
Yeah.
He's like a foil.
Yeah. Like Rocket Racer is like a D-list himself. He's there being just insulting him.
It's... Oh god, it's like a Fanatic, except like Rocket Racer is Devon Sawa and John Travolta is Big Wheel.
What a reference for absolutely no one.
Reference to you and me, and that's what counts.
I guess so, and I guess it's the kind of reference that he's deserving of.
It is, yeah. I would say maybe like peak John Travolta is maybe possibly beyond Big Wheel, but also I want to see that in the next Spider-Man movie now, and my brain just thought of it. Who's the Big Wheel now?
Alright. I'm done.
Okay, Jack's done, everybody. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Weird Law Bullshit Corner. We'll be back next time with the regular episodes, but we hope you enjoyed this, and we hope you enjoyed your new year. And let's wheel on to the next one, guys. Thanks for listening, and remember, is this real life, or is this just fantasy?